in recent times, United has really been going downhill in that aspect. If Ronaldo can play till 40, why can't Kohli play till 40? Is my question to the BCCI.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Everything Sports Podcast. I'm Chirag Daswani, and today we have Tanvir with us again in the studio, but this time it's not about cricket. We are going to talk about the UEFA Champions League of 23-24. He's going to predict his winner, he's going to tell us his favorite players, his favorite teams, and yeah, just stay tuned to watch. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, hi Tanvir, welcome back.
Hi,
How are you?
Great.
How's it been?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Enjoying the Champions League week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looking forward.
Yeah. So, let's start with the main question. Okay. Which is your favorite team right now?
This has to be a very a typical question.
Yeah.
Are you
but
genuinely asking?
I need to know. What
Genuinely?
Yes, genuinely.
Real Madrid.
Okay.
Not my favorite.
Yeah,
but
currently,
currently,
yeah.
always at one of those top ones.
Okay.
So Madrid for that.
Giants
Otherwise,
of
I'm a
football.
United fan. How much ever regret and remorse and all negative feelings about it right now, but you have to say the truth.
Okay, no, I'll come to the United
grown up
thing.
being a United fan, so Man United.
I'll come to that 1 minute, yeah. So, anyways, let's start with the easiest things. Let's start with the main questions, the big questions, and then let's get to the nitty-gritties. Cool?
Right.
So, you told us your favorite team. It's Real or United right now?
United.
Okay, I'll just go straight into
Go
it
with-
then.
go
Okay,
for it.
fine. Yeah.
Let's
how
bash
do you
them.
feel about United's current, not form,
My
but the legal battles they're supposedly fighting?
The trajectory of the club has really gone there now.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about those players
Okay.
for those reasons,
Okay.
but implied,
Right.
what do you feel about those players' actions, and what do you think will happen now?
See, legally, obviously, you will get to know. But from a fan's perspective, not proud, not happy, not even, comfortable talking about it after a certain point. When Mason Greenwood's antiques came out in the public eye,
Yeah.
that in itself was quite a shock.
I think that was the first.
It was one of
thing
the
to
earlier
come
ones,
out.
but it's
Yeah.
not the first one. Apparently, in the history
Yeah.
of the Premier League, these kind of accounts have surfaced. So when it is coming from, the Old Trafford end,
Yeah.
it was like, listen, these players have literally got it all. From the cars to the glamour to the fame.
Plus, there's this unsaid respect for United.
Right,
You know,
it's like that
It has become that
Theatre
big
of dreams,
thing.
right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly,
like Bombay जा रहे हो और आप मन्नत देखनी है.
Yeah,
So,
and then you find
yeah.
out कि मन्नत में ऐसा हो रहा है.
Correct, if you don't expect a bad film from Shah Rukh Khan, right?
Yeah.
Nobody does
Yeah.
now. So it's in a way, it was pathetic. It was really, really tragic. And then to build it up, and then there were so many other issues regarding that entire dressing room that keeps on pertinent things. Back last season, Eric Ten Hag was all over the place
Yeah.
with his managerial know-how. And public opinion has never been, of a better mindset at all. In recent times, United has really been going downhill in that aspect.
So I understand the player thing.
Yeah.
Like whatever's happening, it's not good. And
Correct.
Obviously. But as a team, do you think they'll always be under that limelight, that microscope? Because they have leveled up to a stage where only the giants of football
Correct.
are. It's like Real, Manchester United, Barcelona, City, all these big clubs.
Right.
So do you feel like even the tiniest mistakes get scrutinized so much?
It has to, right? Because once you reach the topmost pinnacle of anything, each and every tiny move is being checked with a microscopic lens. And the manager has to be the fall guy. That's what happens. If you look at all these great managers who've been at the fore, talk about Carlo Ancelotti, Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
Their careers are hallmarks of the way they shaped the club's success onto another level. They redefined success,
Yeah.
So when you talk about redefining success, you can also redefine it for wrong reasons. So this is the wrong side of the battle that you are coming on. It's like when an intern is working in an office And then, one thing is very clear that kuch bhi karna, lekin don't, itch on the wrong side of your superior or your senior manager.
Don't learn the wrong
Yeah,
things
don't
and
err
all
on the
that.
wrong
Yeah,
side.
okay.
So this is what is happening with United. They are just erring on the wrong side of things. And the manager has to be the fall guy, because that's how top level sport works, not just football. Any sport in the world, take NBA, take any baseball club,
Even cricket,
or
I feel, right,
American
right now.
football club, cricket,
Yeah.
IPL.
Yeah.
The central coach has to be the fall guy. If anything goes wrong, he will have to put his hand up and go, okay, listen, it has to go on my back. So irrespective of what's happening behind the scenes, in players' personal lives, in the interpersonal dynamics between the players, the staff, the coaching, the training people, the fall guy will always be the manager. So which is why it is very curious.
But coming to the manager,
Huh.
I actually want to know your opinion as a United fan.
I am a big cynic when it comes to Eric Ten Hag, bro. I am a big time cynic.
I feel like he has been given enough time.
Correct hai.
But
I agree with you.
इतने changes नहीं हुए हैं major, like which affect the club in a major way.
Correct. I agree.
But do you feel like it's time to change the management, or do you feel like you should like give him more time?
See, again, you'll have to do a fan poll for this. I think
No,
it's
but I want to know your opinion. How
Yeah,
do you
it's-
feel like this season is going to
It's
go
a
with
close
United?
battle. I will always be on the side that is almost done with giving him more chances. I am almost going to say that this season is the maximum you can stretch with him. And it's not even about ending at a higher position or, having a good season in terms of ranking. Because the biggest critique from the fan base that is coming for ETH is that the style of play is not to be seen. There is no footballing identity with which the players play. Your earlier podcast also this has been addressed.
Yeah.
That आप third finish कर रहे हो Premier League table पे, but when you are going to play a match, it is just somehow about scraping with the result, scraping through. It's like last minute पढ़ाई करके अगले दिन आप जितने नंबर आ गए उस टाइप की यूनाइटेड का चल रहा है dynamics, which fans do not enjoy, right? It's not about winning things
Yeah,
all the
it's
time.
about developing your club into
Exactly.
this, in like for long term
Okay, I'll
success.
tell you why. So why do I sound so staunch? It's not about hating Eric Ten Hag at all.
Yeah.
Give him the things that he's been pulling off, and as we were talking about before the podcast began, to the build up, ETH के बहाने अगर चाहिए होते तो बहुत है उनके पास में, और सबके पास होते हैं. जब उस लेवल पे आप काम कर रहे हो तो यू कैन employ a lot of scapegoats around you.
Yeah,
Like
I think
United
that's-
ownership is being blamed for the longest time.
But that's with every club, right? Like
Exactly.
anyone can blame anyone, but
Yeah.
eventually there has to be that one person that you.
So maybe,
Like
maybe
follow.
I'll just give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe his personal PR or communication skills are not of the stature of the best managers in the world.
Okay.
Maybe he's not able to communicate his stance very, very clearly or, vocally.
Okay.
वहाँ पे
So
I
you're
think
giving
there
him
might
that
be
benefit
I'm
of the
giving
doubt.
him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he doesn't want to address everything in the open. He just doesn't want to repeat the Cristiano Ronaldo saga when he was like, open forum में press address कर दी. वो नहीं करना चाहता है.
That kind of makes sense also, that perspective,
I
because
think it does.
gets so much attention to
But
your
you know
club
what happened
otherwise,
with the CR7, right? The greatest footballer arguably on the planet. Okay,
Yeah,
Messi
but-
fans, I'm not, no offense, but
I'm a Messi fan,
yeah,
but
you are.
I
No
agree
offense.
that both
One of the
them-
greatest.
Let's just agree that both of them are great.
Okay,
नाम
they are.
निकाले. हाँ.
नहीं तो उसने वो किया, उसके बाद में instantly 10 days में his contract was forfeited.
Yeah,
His future move was set.
I, as a Messi fan, or not as like, I'm not a Ronaldo fan since like I've been watching football.
Of course.
But I still like every month it like his interview keeps coming more truthful, and everything just like keeps coming.
Yeah. It
like
makes
more
sense,
in the
right?
media, more in the papers and everything, and it starts making sense. Every point that he said, you can like see it now.
At least the United chapter of Ronaldo's journey
Yeah.
starts making sense,
Yeah,
even to neutral
the
fans.
The second part, the first part was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, let's just come back to the Champions League.
No,
now.
because it is connected to ETH. That's why, because वो नहीं कर सकता. I don't think he will, put his entire managerial career on the line just to clarify what's going on for the fans' sake. That's like really jeopardizing
Makes sense,
the
yeah.
whole scenario.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do that, so let's give him the benefit of the doubt for that. But the games and the teams and the player dynamics and what the individual players are up to, that needs to change. Look at the narrative in Old Trafford.
But
I don't think the people in Manchester really want to put in the effort of following what's happening in with the team anymore. If I may say so right now, like we are sitting in India and watching the game, a $5 billion every contract is spent on broadcasting it to Indian people.
Yeah.
Imagine what the locals feel over there. We get to know if you ever have a podcast in Manchester, you'll get to know.
Yeah, sure.
Why not? Hopefully
one day. Yeah. But coming back to that point,
Yeah.
I personally feel like, do you remember what happened with Barcelona during that referees ko paisa de rahe hain wala case and everything, the corruption charges
Yeah.
and all that. So what I personally liked about them was, and this is not just because I'm a Barca fan, but in terms of approaching the whole situation,
Yeah.
the president stepped up. The president was the main face of that entire corruption scandal and everything.
Okay.
Xavi didn't have to like come into the media and answer the same question again and again.
Right.
So
that's
I feel
like
like if ETH can't do that, like if he can't be the person who's talking to the press, there should be someone who's like
should intervene.
addressing everything.
And maybe it has to
Especially
be a
for the
guy
fans.
from the higher management, because
Definitely.
hierarchy makes sense then.
Yeah, like power hona chahiye, otherwise their words don't really make sense
Like
to the
you know,
fans.
so I was
right?
reading what's this guy's name, Carlos something, who was the assistant manager at United for the longest time. What's his name? I'm forgetting. He was during Sir Alex's days, or abhi usne recently, he's not there anymore.
Okay.
So he has come out in the public eye saying a lot of things about what was going wrong with United, and with especially with in Cristiano Ronaldo's context, because he's such a superstar, and people and eyeballs were getting attracted
So he
to him.
agreed to
No, so he
everything?
did in a way, but like not fully.
Okay.
He agreed to the extent that क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो की भूख अभी कम नहीं हुई थी जब वो सेकंड इनिंग्स वापस आया.
हाँ.
He was more matured.
Yeah,
He was
but-
more.
yeah,
No, so
definitely.
I'll tell you what's interesting about this. He was so mature that he actually didn't infect the energy around him vocally. He was just doing his own thing, and unfortunately, the level of the other guys was so low that they were just not able to forget matching up. Even they didn't even care to get inspired by his standards of work and rest and recovery and being the best in his mind. So he's like, there was nothing wrong with him, but the way he worked was like, people were not working at that level and they weren't even inspired, because everybody was like, he's a superstar, let him do his own thing. So he was kind of spaced out and alienated in that aspect.
But before
Whereas
what used to
Ronaldo
happen was
expected the
people-
other way around.
Yeah,
कि यार
exactly,
मुझसे
because-
कुछ होगा, यहाँ पे मैं चेंज लाऊंगा. अगर वही चेंज नहीं ला पाया तो आप सोच सकते हो कि क्या चल रहा होगा वहाँ पे
But-
माहौल में.
he should expect that, right? Like it has been that case in Real or
Yeah,
even United back
he's
then.
accomplished
Like,
so much,
people
right?
have been motivated by his passion and
Yeah.
his willingness to like put his body through so much. Like even right now in Al Nassr, I think he's still the last person to leave the gym. Like there was a reel that
There
he
was this
immediately-
lie detector test that was happening on Cristiano.
he said, "I'll
he
go
said
back
that
to
I'll,
Real."
yeah, but
Yeah.
you know what he said?
Even
so
even I felt nice.
They
in that,
asked him,
yeah.
"Are you better than Leo Messi?" And then he says, "Yes." And then the guy is like, "That's a lie," and he started laughing. So that's a cute one.
Yeah, that's nice.
But उसके बाद फिर follow up question में था कि will you be playing professional football at 40? So he said yes with like a straight face, and then it was like lie detector didn't catch it. It was like truth.
Yeah, but
So that means he will be playing till
Definitely believe that he still believes that he can go
40
Like,
तक टॉप तक खेलेगा.
I think he can play even further.
पर वो फिर बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगा. People,
But see, this is the thing. These two have like redefined
they have.
putting their bodies through so much and like so for so long.
Yeah,
And like being on top of a sport for like 20 years or 20,
Absolutely.
more than 20 years now, I guess.
you know, so being Indian, what's the first thing that comes into your mind after having a conversation like this? मेरे दिमाग में पता क्या आता है कि if Ronaldo is pushing himself till 40 in football, Virat Kohli can definitely play till 37, 38 in cricket at least.
No, I
He's
believe
fit
he
as a
can-
fiddle.
He can push to 40. I
40,
believe that for him.
If
too.
Ronaldo can play till 40, why can't Kohli play till 40?
Yeah,
My question to the
I-
BCCI and all the people who don't want him in the positions that he's in. He's a once in a lifetime talent. You are agreeing with that. On the other hand, आप बोल रहे हो कि आपको ज्यादा टाइम नहीं खेलना चाहिए उसको.
He can play till 40.
यार कितनी सेंचुरी पीछे है सचिन से?
I think 14.
70 कितनी
नहीं,
हो गई?
20, 24 or 20 or something.
And
76.
उसमें तो ODI में तो 2 ही पीछे सिर्फ.
हाँ, ODI में तो I think he'll beat easily.
आराम से कर देगा तो आप उसको और
Plus
मौका
he
दोगे.
has T20 centuries.
One he has.
Who?
Just maiden one century
Kohli,
in
na?
2020. Yeah.
Yeah, but Sachin doesn't have any.
He doesn't
na?
have.
So it's
Sahi.
still like an advantage.
But he still has more matches, I guess, Sachin.
Yeah, but
Than Virat.
marketability wise, Kohli is the best athlete, I think. Yeah.
Just saying because ऐसा टैलेंट बार बार नहीं आएगा और विराट कोहली अगर आप चाहते हो कोई और लड़का फिर विराट बने तो आपको कितने साल उसको डेडिकेट करने पे माइट एज वेल एंजॉय हिम टिल ही इज प्लेइंग 40 साल तक खेलने दो उसको
कितने साल प्लस देयर विल बी सो मेनी पीपल यू विल कॉल द नेक्स्ट कोहली एंड दे वोंट एंड अप बीइंग द नेक्स्ट
और
कोहली
मैं बताऊं आपको जेनजी और उसके बाद जो जनरेशन आ रही है दे विल नॉट बी इंटरेस्टेड ओनली इन फॉलोइंग एनीथिंग दैट मच because there'll be so many distractions.
Attention spans are so low, like T20 भी पूरा नहीं देखते
अभी इंदौर में ही मैच हो रहा है 50 ओवर लोग बोल रहे हैं कि 25 से ज्यादा बैठ नहीं पाएंगे
नहीं होता है
नहीं हो पाता
नहीं होता Okay, anyways, football fans, come back.
Sorry.
Yeah. So let's switch gears to the Champions
League nights beginning again tonight. Yep.
So we had the first match day yesterday. Anyways, let's talk about a long-term thing.
Okay.
Who do you think? I won't ask you the final two teams because
realistically
that would be a bit difficult. The top 6 teams.
Top 6 teams.
Top 6 teams.
Top 8 ही हो गया मतलब
Top
quarter
8,
finals.
Top 8, yeah, quarter finals.
See, okay. Quickly, okay. Top of the mind recall.
Yeah, whatever you feel like first.
Barcelona's not playing right now.
So, इस बार म्यूनिक
sorry,
नहीं है.
sorry. Barca नहीं है. वो यूनाइटेड को आउट होने वाली है. Okay, never mind. Anyway, so top of the mind, bro. Bayern Munich has to make it. No brainer. PSG will make it. No brainer again because of the French representation. एक आएगी ही टीम वहाँ से आएगी. You might disagree. I think आ जाएगी. Top 8 में आएगी. Real Madrid.
Okay,
Manchester
definitely.
City naturally has to be there.
These two, हाँ.
ये 4 I think सबकी लिस्ट में कॉमन होंगे. Now the next 4 are nice ones. Now let's talk about that.
Okay.
So now the next 4 I think 2 will be underdogs.
Give me the underdogs first, yeah. Because I want to know why those two.
Okay. I think it can be a German team. एक underdog Bundesliga की club आएगी because
But which club are you more inclined towards?
Leipzig है एक तो.
Leipzig.
पर उनका group tough है.
Yeah, but personally they've
made it before, right? To pre-quarters.
I think, yeah. Leipzig is a good team, man.
They are a good
they've
team.
beaten Munich so many times in the Bundesliga, which
Right.
is very huge because Munich
They won
have destroyed.
I think
the
they won the DFB Pokal.
Yeah, once.
हाँ. और अभी ये नहीं जो होता है ना
recent,
जो क्लब कारबाओ कप विनर होता है और लीग कप विनर होता है तो उनका
like
भी एक
a
मैच होता
super
है
cup type.
तो उसमें वो जीते हैं लाइप्जिग
Oh.
बायर्न से
Against Munich, na?
हाँ बायर्न से जीते.
Munich have had this weakness against Leipzig, man. Like this was something I was looking into last year.
It's a German thing.
Yeah, man. But Leipzig is good. Like
Leipzig is
I actually like that team. Okay, what's the second one?
Borussia Dortmund. I'm saying // Leipzig / Dortmund में से एक मुझे लगता है आ सकती है.
Okay.
Let's talk about English teams now. City is there.
So the underdog.
Underdog
You
ये
said two underdogs.
ये तो बोला दूसरी न्यूकासल.
Newcastle.
पर ये दोनों सेम ग्रुप में है क्या?
I think it's PSG, Newcastle, Dortmund. एक ही ग्रुप में.
नो लाइप्जिग तो नहीं है ना.
Leipzig नहीं है.
तो डॉर्टमंड न्यूकासल में से फिर एक तो जाएगी नेचुरली.
But that group has AC Milan also.
Yeah, Milan. How can you count them out? But I don't think they're not making it to my top 8. I don't think so.
I actually feel like group stage mein it will be Dortmund and PSG. Yeah. Actually, PSG I have to give them.
Napoli is another beautiful team, man. I love the way they play.
I think they're with
last
Real
season
Madrid
they were the
right now.
most less talked about team. The
Most
way that
underrated last
underrated तो नहीं था. People knew they're a threat, but somehow their journey was not being documented. Semis तक जैसे खींचा था नापोली ने, it was unparalleled, bro. Like the way they were playing the game, and they had a winning streak.
Yeah.
वो 4 लगातार जीते थे वहाँ.
Yes.
तो वही होता है, लॉ ऑफ एवरेजेस आ जाता है ना. आप इतने जीत जाओ तो फिर एकदम से आप अच्छे बड़ा मैच हार जाते हो.
Plus with these Champions League type of things where you can't like really
it's football, man.
predict
Yeah,
it
you
because
can't say it.
You don't know that day that one team does very well and
You know
that
what
other
I'm
team does very
You know what I'm
badly.
happiest about, but honestly, like
Yeah.
as a English football viewer and fan, लिवरपूल भी नहीं है, चेल्सी भी नहीं है, कुछ है ही नहीं. इस बार है क्या मतलब आपके पास? आप सैटरडे टू सैटरडे बस प्रीमियरशिप एंजॉय करोगे लेट नाइट.
Yeah. One team.
Arsenal.
One team that I feel like might do very well. Union Berlin.
हाथ Union Berlin.
Union Berlin.
FC Union
Yeah,
Berlin.
yeah.
Okay.
Because just
Berlin.
because that I think this is their first
German,
season,
right? Berlin.
first Champions League. Yeah, German.
I haven't followed that club at all.
So what they used to be like bottom of the league like bottom of the
Okay,
table wala
okay,
team.
okay.
And last year they were leading the table.
Wow.
With like teams like Munich and Dortmund, they were leading the Bundesliga table for a big chunk of the season.
Talk about
And
surprising.
yeah, and then I think they finished third, and that's why I feel like they can
Like how
be-
Newcastle has made it to Champions League.
yeah,
Huh? Suddenly.
exactly, yeah. That's why I feel like these two teams are like you can't count them
Union
out.
Berlin.
Yeah,
They sound like a very, very underrated underdog team. Like Union Berlin reaching top 8 Champions League. How much revenue top line do they get?
bro, those guys have been like relegated. I think more times than like Munich have won the league. Yeah, I think. But yeah, anyways, so I think you've listed like 6.
2 और बची हैं.
Yeah, 2 और.
आर्सेनल बोल सकते हैं क्योंकि फाइटिंग
बोलना चाहते हो.
बोलना चाहता नहीं हूँ पर बोलना पड़ेगा बिकॉज वो है कंटेंशन में है. फाइटिंग स्पिरिट तगड़ी है. आर्टेटा स्पेंड सो मच टाइम. यू नो आई विश अगेन एरिक टेन हाग बार बार दिमाग में आ रहा है एज यूनाइटेड फैन. आई समवेयर सबकॉन्शियसली यू नो wish that Eric Ten Hag can model Mikel Arteta's journey a little bit. But maybe he won't because you know why? So he's got this Dutch arrogance, I feel. Eric Ten Hag about his days and the way he, you know, molded players at Ajax and वो इतनी pedigree लेके उसका you know he's like a South Indian glorified actor की entrance होती है ना वैसे Eric Ten Hag को treat किया जा रहा है. I don't know why. Like क्यों? आपको थर्ड तक फिनिश किया. आपके सबसे महान लेजेंडरी यू नो प्रोडिगल सन के रिटर्न को उसने पूरा कचरे कर दिए. एक ही सीजन में जहाँ 25 गोल उसने मारे जहाँ कोई कुछ नहीं कर रहा था उसके कचरे कर दिए. चलो ठीक है एक बार को क्लब के लिए एम्ब्रेस कर दिया वो. लेट्स सी व्हाट द बिगर पिक्चर इज. नाउ आफ्टर दैट नो बिग प्लेयर रियली वांट्स टू साइन फॉर यूनाइटेड. लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट हैरी केन इफ ही वांटेड ही वुड हैव कम टू मैनचेस्टर. ही इज गॉन टू जर्मनी. उसको डॉइच भाषा भी नहीं आती है. इश बिन हरिकान ऐसे वहाँ सीख रहा है अभी. उसकी जो पार्टनर
doing a Hindi ad abhi recently.
his partner has refused to come to Germany because she's happy in the UK.
Yeah, that happens with like a lot of people
So
nowadays.
he really wanted to go to Bayern, that means, right?
Yeah.
He wants titles. Poor Harry Kane doesn't have titles.
See, this is I was talking to my friend about this.
The most prolific English striker doesn't have titles.
I was talking to my friend that day that this is a major difference between Barcelona and United. Like even when Barcelona went through all of the losses and
that's because you don't have competition in La Liga.
Man, even after all that like 3 years without any major trophy, people still wanted to come to Barcelona because they believe that they could help that club win those big trophies.
The footballing culture.
Yeah. Plus you see a style of football.
Yeah.
And you see that going forward.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
Abhi bhi hai.
They're doing like minor tweaks. Like
Xavi Hernandez is still in charge.
Yeah,
obviously.
Still in charge. Definitely, he won the La Liga last.
कब तक रहेगा लगता है आपको? अभी लंबा है वो Xavi Hernandez. मतलब
I think Xavi will be
like a Guardiola and Klopp at City, Liverpool.
He'll be instrumental. I think he's carrying on from Cruyff and Guardiola directly.
Wow, that's
like,
beautiful.
I hope that comes true in the long run. But
you secretly wish a Messi retirement at Barcelona. Be honest.
Yeah, obviously.
I am becoming
obviously.
I am being the host now and asking.
No. But
the podcast shifts here.
No, but I guess I hope for a Ronaldo retirement at Real. I hope for a Messi retirement at Barcelona, and I hope for those two things to be at the same time.
You know, I also read
so they
another
can do a last match.
ticker of a news that WWE is planning like a crazy welcoming match for Ronaldo in Saudi Arabia because that's where they have their showdown. WWE वहाँ पे they are trying to approach him.
They're trying to get
so Ronaldo
into wrestling.
Yeah, he's in that level now. मतलब एक match कुछ खेल लेगा किसी के साथ में maybe like it could be John Cena, Ronaldo and
I think even
like
if he like
crossover.
just appears in the audience and
It'll
they
be
show
enough.
him.
Yeah.
I think Rooney did that. Rooney punched someone in the WWE.
It is
once.
possible. Money gets you everything.
But like I guess a lot of football fans hope that this happens, but I do want to see Messi
young.
and Ronaldo.
No, because Messi is
do
younger,
this.
right? Messi is only 36.
But still,
He will play till 40 as well, clearly.
Yeah. But I think Ronaldo will outlast him. In terms
I think
of...
दोनों साथ में होंगे. नहीं, साथ में नहीं हो सकते, right?
साथ
Because वो
में-
42 हो जाएगा तब तक. तब
I
तक
think
तो retire.
Ronaldo will outlast.
Zlatan कब हुआ था retire?
Zlatan तो अभी हुआ.
42.
Last year. 41, na? So moving on from the clubs and everything, let's dive into the players. Who do you feel like are the top players this season who can like leave a mark on the league? Who can potentially be the next Messi? Obviously, they won't be the next Messi, Ronaldos, but come close to them.
Almost knocking on the same door.
Yeah.
I would talk about the usual suspects, as you know, all of the people keep predicting these kind of guys. So Erling Haaland obviously is one of them.
Yeah, definitely.
In the same squad, there is Phil Foden, who, if he gets the opportunity at the
Massive
right time,
potential.
he is very, very valuable in that squad. Jack Grealish is another big asset who's waiting to explode. You know, people haven't really seen Jack Grealish ka full potential. People who've been following his career, Jack Grealish can still deliver more than is expected.
Yeah, but
So there's
a case that he doesn't need to.
because he's
of
already in a team which is like
because of-
Galacticos almost.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but look, keep an eye out for Jack Grealish. He's young too. He's not too old.
Yeah.
And then Jamal Musiala from Bayern Munich.
Okay.
We have Real Madrid youngsters, Vinicius,
Bellingham.
Jude Bellingham at Real Madrid now.
Yeah.
Rodrigo. Then you have Kamavinga, probably not because midfielder goals to nahi marega, but he will be instrumental.
Yeah. In terms of
And,
playmaking, he is a big deal for Real, I
Right.
think. Vinicius, in terms of giving that threatening wala vibe,
Yeah.
he is so important.
These guys have to be in the top 10 of, everybody's predictions.
I actually feel even Harry Kane.
Harry Kane will
Yeah.
be there now with Bayern for sure.
Definitely. Like, he has such a good squad behind him right
Joshua Kimmich. Beautiful midfielder
That's a
who
good pick.
always goes under the radar. But imagine that triplet of Kimmich, Harry Kane and Jamal Musiala. And with Thomas Müller sitting on the bench with his, histrionic, he's like, new haircut for
Like,
Champions League nights.
Watching an all-star match, dude.
Dude, so tonight I think United beware because these 4 guys are there और ये 4 में से 3 तो आपको हिल डुल करके बॉल निकालने वाले हैं.
I think
Any
in
silly
चार में
mistake
से
United
दो भी
makes.
होते तो भी I think United should be like
2 तो थे
Munich
ही,
is a
किमिच और
huge
मुलर
thing,
तो
man.
थे ही सालों से, पर अभी
Yeah.
हैरी केन और मूसियाला भी अब प्राइम में आ गया है.
That's just so threatening.
And it doesn't end there. You have Gnabry and Sane and
Yeah.
the back 4 and it never ends. Bayern is a threat for youngsters as well.
Definitely. I actually feel like Gundogan in his new role in Barca.
That's
I think he will be instrumental.
That's a very, very interesting prospect because I really don't know how he takes that opportunity. I mean, because Gundogan has pretty much seen it all recently with City.
He's won
So
it
now,
all, man.
with Xavi as a manager, Gundogan stepping up obviously as a leadership in a leadership role. Who's the skipper at Barca right now?
Right now,
Who's the
think
captain? The
there's-
leadership figure कौन है?
I think there's Frankie, there's Sergi Roberto,
Okay.
Araujo, and there's one more. 4 of them are
After
like the
Busquets,
captains.
nobody's literally that.
Ter Stegen, yeah. Ter Stegen is the keeper. Ter Stegen is the only one left from the
I guess
Champions League squad.
it makes sense to actually give Ilkay Gundogan the armband, man.
Yeah, but he is very new.
He's
in the
new,
club.
so
I
maybe
guess
not now.
like half a season at least.
Correct.
At least half.
Makes
a season,
sense.
I guess. But what I feel like is Xavi has been a fan of Gundogan since very long time.
That's why he got him.
Yeah. And we've seen those rumors and everything that he's going there. And like as a Barca fan, I've been seeing that since like years now. But
he's a very positive player, no doubt about that. Gundogan, he's a presence on the field, always.
And imagine that
Positive.
positivity alongside the new guns like Gavi and Pedri, who have
Beautiful.
been doing amazing recently.
Barcelona has. Okay, sorry, by the way. Barcelona youngsters, all of them. Pedri and Gavi, Araujo.
And now
for the
they have
defense
this
line.
new 16-year-old. Yamil
Something.
or something. Yeah, it's a very confusing
La
name.
Masia product.
Yeah. And
Actually.
he's the youngest Spanish player.
I love
the
how-
youngest Barca player.
Bayern, Barca, United, Madrid, these not Madrid, sorry.
Madrid
these
doesn't do that,
top level clubs who kind of breed the new talent now
Even
in their
Arsenal.
own academies.
Even
Arsenal has a good one.
Yeah.
Dortmund has a good
Dortmund
youth
has a good
academy as well.
But I think this
But
is
you never
the
know now
future,
with
man.
Jadon
This
Sancho. They produce such a good player.
Man, let's not get into that.
Things are going downhill for United fans.
Yeah. I think I should get more United fans
But
on
you
the
know what's the
podcast.
silver lining? Everybody is making fun. सिल्वर लाइनिंग है कि अभी भी ऐसे माहौल में इतने तमाशों के साथ भी मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड चैंपियंस लीग ग्रुप ए का फिक्चर आज रात को बायर्न म्यूनिख के साथ खेल रहा है. आप सोचो फैंस को टिकट खरीदने में क्या शान मिलती है. हम यूरोपा कॉन्फ्रेंस कुछ नहीं, थर्ड फिनिश करेंगे, हार के तो आएंगे, पर आपको खेलने को मिल रहा है मौका, आपकी व्यूअरशिप आ रही है. सब 12:30 बजे सोनी लिव देखने वाले हैं, भले हारते हुए देखेंगे. अब तो इसमें
I'm actually looking forward to that match, man. Like,
it's gonna be a rout.
I'm just happy that Munich is not in the same group as Barcelona, and we can like breathe easily till December,
But just
and then
spare a
look forward to
spare a
facing
thought
them.
for United players and the immediate staff. If you lose badly against Bayern in the first fixture of your Champions League campaign, you have to go to Copenhagen, which is a Danish club. You have to go to Galatasaray, which is a Turkish club.
Turkish club, yeah.
आपकी बस में ट्रैवल जर्नी लंबी होती है. आप पहला मैच अगर बुरी तरह हारते हो तो आप कोपनहागन गैलेटासराय में अपनी इज्जत बचाने के लिए जाओगे, तो ये तो टुप नहीं हो जाए. बच्चे को बहुत इजीली क्रेडल करना पड़ेगा यूनाइटेड को, और ये एरिक टेन हाग को सबसे ज्यादा करना पड़ेगा.
They'll go back to Munich, I think. Like
They have to go back to Munich.
They'll welcome Munich.
No, they'll okay, yeah, they'll welcome them.
Whose home is the match at tonight? I think it's
it's in Munich, Allianz.
Allianz.
ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड पे वापस आएंगे, वहां जीत के फिर बोलेंगे यूनाइटेड बुरी थोड़ी है.
This is what you're assuming कि जीत के.
नहीं, वहां लास्ट में जीत जाएंगे ना, लास्ट फिक्सचर बोलेंगे देखो इतनी बुरे क्लब भी नहीं है.
I think वो भी Munich है यार. Like, Munich just destroy, man. Like they have no sympathy for the team.
आपको ज्यादा खुश नहीं होना चाहिए, क्योंकि बायर्न बासा भी अगर भिड़ेंगे एक लेटर स्टेज पे कंपटीशन में.
No, I actually feel like Bayern से हारे अच्छे से, and then Bayern out हो जाए ग्रुप में, and we get to face United, so I'm happy then, yeah. Because Barca and United is always a great fixture. Even though like it doesn't matter if either one team is like going down or whatever.
The history of the fixture is good, rich.
Yeah, but even playing together, those two teams like really gel up.
Yeah.
I think the opposing strategies really like match up. But abhi, I don't know what United strategy is.
Nobody knows.
Yeah. So, okay. So, how do you feel about the finals? Just assumption.
Too
Who do you
early.
feel like the
So early in
strongest
the
teams,
competition.
or would
It's
you
the
put the
Champions
underdog
League.
up there?
It's the Champions League. It's football.
Obviously, you can't predict the
you
exact
cannot.
thing happening, but
You
who do you
just
feel
cannot.
like? Like I personally would put an underdog.
Gut
in the
feeling
finals.
wise.
Yeah.
यार रियल मैड्रिड जितनी भी खराब खेल रही हो, अच्छा खेल रही हो, somehow तो
They have
नॉकआउट्स में
to
आ
be
ही
a
जाती है.
contender. Yeah.
आ ही जाती हैं. You can just not write them off.
They're Champions League specialists, man. Like, they're used
And,
to that pressure. That all of
But
the
अब नहीं
players.
होगा, अब बहुत हो गया. अब इस साल नहीं हो
But
सकता.
they have had like quite a few.
ये हर साल
injuries.
कहते हैं. अब नहीं हो
फिर
सकता.
भी 14 है.
फिर भी है.
It's just insane, man. When you look at their record and everything.
It will be beautiful if a manager who's not won the Champions League makes it to the final. So like let me just
Like,
take you
Ten
by
Hag.
storm. I'll just baffle you.
okay.
और बड़ा optimistically I'll baffle you. Arsenal versus Napoli final हो, कितना मजा आएगा. सोचो आप, यूरोपियन फुटबॉल लाइट अप हो जाएगा, और दोनों के बहुत ही जुनूनी और जज्बाती फैंस हैं.
Arsenal, I think.
नेपल्स
Yeah, man,
या
like-
फिर एमिरेट्स नॉर्थ लंदन, दोनों मतलब सोचो
That's actually such a good fixture.
बीच साइड नेपल्स और एक नॉर्थ लंदन के जो लोग जाएंगे, कहाँ जाएंगे फाइनल जहाँ पे भी है.
Naples, Wembley.
Wembley
So
में
they'll be coming to England only. So yeah.
पर odds कम है होने के, पर ऐसा होना चाहिए नहीं.
But yeah, like even last season, when you think about it, in the beginning, no one predicted teams like Inter and AC to be at such a big level in the tournament.
Yeah,
But then, yeah, it happened. Both of
Inter
them
and
reached the semis.
Inter
and
and Inter and
AC.
no
Milan.
the final last year was Inter and Real.
City.
No, sorry, City, of course. My bad.
City.
So Inter का पहुंचना तो surprising था, City का तो था ही.
They didn't have a shirt sponsor during the semis and the finals and everything. That was
crazy.
so weird to look
You
at.
think
it.
Manchester City can make it to the final again?
I don't want them to, but yeah, like
They can.
I don't think there's anything stopping them really.
Yeah.
Like they have the potential, they have the squad, and
Got everything.
with players like Haaland and Grealish and Foden and everyone, like, this is their second season playing together,
Yep.
right? So I feel like the more time you have, the more gelling up you get to do with all these
Yeah.
guys, the more of a family it becomes. You
It
know?
has.
So it becomes easy to play with them and everything. So I feel like, yeah, I don't think there's anything stopping them. If they don't make it to the semi-finals, I will be very shocked.
Very, very fascinating bullet of information just went through my mind right now. आपको पता है मैन सिटी का जो ओनर्स हैं,
Yeah,
उनकी
Etihad.
दो और क्लब्स हैं उनके जो चैंपियंस लीग में खेल रही हैं. आप सोच सकते हो किस टाइप का बिजनेस मॉडल या रेवेन्यू पे वो ऑपरेट कर रहे होंगे.
Who the other two?
So Red Bull Leipzig and Red Bull Salzburg.
It's
Salzburg.
Jack, it's Etihad.
Yeah, the group, the Qatar investment group. They
no,
are
it's
the
not
owners.
Qatar.
That's
City
the name.
is not Qatar.
Then
City is
that's
Etihad.
that's
so
the name of the group, I think. No,
Qatar
Etihad is the
is different.
sponsor. No, bro. It's actually called that. It's not Qatar Investment Group. If it's not that, then it's a
Okay,
fund
but
name.
that
entity owns all these three.
that is insane.
Three clubs ownership mein. That means that money does not dictate football is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That
But
you
they
can
have like clubs in other leagues too. Do you know?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Melbourne
They
City
do. They
in
do.
Australia.
But you see
and New
European
York City
football में
FC.
3 चैंपियंस लीग के क्लब्स हैं आपके.
That's actually a big
कुछ
deal.
तो आप सही कर रहे हो.
Well, I guess Red Bull is also doing right. Like they got 2 clubs.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the whole point is that why is football so beautiful? Why is it?
I think it's
You
the
tell me.
unpredictability.
It is
For
because
me, it's the unpredictability. Because on
Yeah.
any given day, a normal club who's competing to not get relegated can beat a top tier club, and that's so amazing to watch as fans.
and plus there is umpteen amount of creative freedom. There is so much room to express yourselves. Like it's basically a creative pursuit. आप बोलते हो कि 2 गोल पोस्ट हैं, एक फुटबॉल है और 22 लोग एक बॉल के पीछे भाग रहे हैं. This is how my mom describes the sport.
But then
like, क्या मजा आता है
there's so
देखने.
many ways to do that भागना.
कितने क्रिएटिव है यार उसमें. और जितना भी आप फंडिंग डाल दो, बिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर्स डाल दो, तो उसका रुख अलग होगा. एक कम पैसों वाली टीम पर बहुत दिल से और यूनाइटेड तरीके से खेलती, नॉट मैन यूनाइटेड,
Yeah.
आपस
Any small
में
club.
कमराडरी वाली यूनाइटेड, वो अलग टाइप से खेलती हैं. तो इट इज एज क्लोज एज इट कैन टू बीइंग मॉडर्न डे वॉरफेयर in a peaceful and respectful way, of
In
course.
a
You're not
controlled
killing
way.
people.
Yeah, in a control.
Yeah, but that's the equivalent for me.
United players have done various crimes, so killing might not be that far.
Hopefully फील्ड में तो नहीं करेंगे अभी. That's the last thing they can do now. Old Trafford पे गुस्सा आपस में लड़ने लग गए. वो
आज
धन
देख
धन
लो.
आधन गोल वाला सीन होने वाला है यूनाइटेड के ड्रेसिंग रूम में.
Oh my god.
Cringe.
क्या याद दिला दिया. And on that note, let's end this podcast. Let's end this episode.
Yes.
And I'll leave you. Let's go watch the Champions League match tonight.
And
let's
have a
see
great
what
season
happens.
ahead.
If you're a
It will
United
be.
fan, I hope you do.
फिर तो नहीं होगा, but like for football I'm saying.
Yeah, for football,
For
I
neutral
think,
fans.
I think it just keeps growing, man. That feeling of having a great
It
season.
never goes
in
away.
general.
I
Like,
agree.
Even the World Cup you saw, like it keeps getting better.
Yep.
So yeah, football is improving definitely. And
But अभी
it
how
always will.
how will you manage? रात को यूरोपियन चैंपियंस लीग नाइट्स और दिन में MLS के मैचेस.
No, I'm a Messi fan, but I am a Barcelona fan.
Yeah, now
As a club,
okay.
I am a Barcelona fan.
अब देखो क्या प्रॉब्लम आती है. देखो मेसी फैन और बार्सिलोना फैन
Yeah,
और
that's
यूरोपियन
very,
फुटबॉल, 3 टाइम जोन से आपको फुटबॉल फॉलो करना पड़ रहा है.
I
बताओ.
have like 15 tabs open on my Chrome.
Global,
and it's
you are-
all these football clubs and all this stuff because I keep following different things. Like I got into Wrexham
The Welsh
journey and
No,
everything.
the Scottish.
Welsh.
Welsh.
Yeah. So they just got promoted
Yeah,
last year.
yeah,
so I
yeah.
got into that. So uska bhi ek tab khul raha hai ki like how are they doing? And they were doing good.
Truly
but like
a global
this
sports
season it's
podcaster.
like okay.
They're making money.
Yeah, but let's see.
Ryan Reynolds.
I think this season they won't get promoted. Like next season they will. But yeah.
I think the ultimate aim is to
Premier
somehow
League.
just get in
Premier
there,
League.
right? Premier League.
Yeah.
Once you make it,
That was clear. Like the first interview they had, they were like, "Why can't we play in the Premier League?" And that was their aim from the beginning. And it's so good. Like yeah, कि like एक 5th year का club भी वो कर सकता है.
Yeah.
So like it's good.
you know, so on that note, why can't ISL become bigger?
I hope it does.
It is. We should talk about
It's-
Indian
it's-
clubs now next. Kerala Blasters versus
actually-
Bengaluru FC.
It's actually the
कौन
10th,
जीतेगा
it's
बताओ?
actually the 10th year anniversary of ISL. You know that?
कौन जीतेगा बैंगलोर की केरला?
Bangalore.
पता नहीं है, प्लेयर्स नहीं पता
No, Bangalore. I don't know the names, but I keep following थोड़ा बहुत ऐसे की win streaks and all this. So I know Bangalore is a good team.
It's a good team. Kerala has
When
won
it started-
won it the most, I guess.
And Northeast United.
Northeast and Kerala.
Obviously,
yeah.
because South and Northeast में football is too dominant, man.
Now we'll get trolled if we don't know the facts. Now ISL
Yeah,
का पता नहीं है कुछ.
Next episode. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.